everyone. I'm so happy to be here today. I feel like I've gone through a rebirth process in this past week. My plan today was to do drag for all of you, which is my favorite thing to do in the entire world. And sometimes advocating for yourself looks like not doing the thing you love most if it's best for your health. And for me, I couldn't do that. So instead, I'm just gonna talk to you. But I mean, this should be fun enough, right? Chris, you can go ahead, go to the next slide. Also, can we even hand to Chris because he's so fucking amazing and everybody else here? Like, I sent him everything last night, last minute, and he had it all ready to fucking go this morning. Yeah, it was amazing. Okay, so we're gonna get our energy moving first, really just to make me feel more comfortable. So just get real weird with it, shake it out. Or, if you're neurodivergent like me, autistic, sometimes if I just sit still, that's enough. Maybe that's what I need to not get my energy all riled up. Okay, go ahead and put your hands on your hips. If you were here at Christmas time, we're gonna do the same thing again. And you're gonna repeat after me, okay? You're gonna say, I'm a badass bitch. I'm a badass bitch. I have a right to say what I want to. I have a right to say what I want to. I have a right to feel how I feel. I have a right to feel how I feel. I have a right to joy. I have a right to happiness. I have a right to happiness. I have a right to love whoever the fuck I want. I have a right to love whoever the fuck I want. And I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want with the people I love. And I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want with the people I love. Who was that? I love that. That's the kind of energy we're going with today. And I love myself. Because I am an awesome fucking person. And you're an awesome fucking person. And you're an awesome fucking person. And I fucking love all of you. Because without this community, we wouldn't be celebrating this right now. And honestly, this means so much to me because, as Mo was saying, I'm pansexual, which basically means I like to fuck everyone and anyone. But I didn't come out publicly until I was 32 years old. And that was because I didn't think I was gay enough. I didn't think that people needed to know because I was like, everybody knows. My friends have always known that I like women. My friends have always known these things, but I didn't realize just how important advocating for myself was just amped up 10,000% the second that I came out publicly. Because I didn't even realize how much I was shaming, blaming, and guilting myself for being who I am. And so we're gonna get to that at the end of this, but I just wanted to have you all stand up and get your energy moving a little bit, and you can feel free to sit down if you like. Oh, thank you for the water. Yeah, I think I'm good. Am I good? Is there anything wrong? I probably have deodorant all over me. Is this on? I did. I had it all over my bag, and then it was down my back. But that's my life is always deodorant everywhere because I always think I smell bad. Chris, next slide. Thank you. So what does advocacy look like for you in your business? I feel like a lot of times being the disruptor or the problem, I feel like that's what people think advocacy is, being the problem, right? For me, that's changed a lot. I know I talked about advocacy here back in November, and that was when my book was being published, and if many of you are part of the St. Pete Girl Boss group, you know what I've been dealing with thank you, with advocating for what I'm dealing with my publisher right now. And that was all going on during that time. And back then, advocating for myself looked a lot like getting so fucking angry that flames were coming out of every orifice of my body and just yelling and screaming at everyone. And just I knew my feelings were right. I knew I was valid in what I was feeling, but I didn't know how to express it right. I didn't know how to even embody my own feelings for myself so that my own emotions wouldn't hurt myself, right? So for me, advocating for myself, especially in my business, looks a lot like making sure my nervous system is regulated. And one of the things that I love saying is advocating for yourself gives you more information about the people who surround you, and information is everything. All of the ways up here in which we can advocate for ourselves are incredible, right? We have St. Pete Girl Boss for networking and community building. Work-life balance. I feel like being able to be in a room with women really gives us a lot more permission than being out in like the everyday world. But when it comes to the information that advocating gives to you, it allows you to know how to move forward to continue to advocate for yourself. So basically the way that I look at this is, if I tell someone one of my boundaries and they don't listen to it, like let's say you hit a hard boundary with somebody else, and it's not like a boundary where you're like, oh, I respect that boundary. It's more like they're an asshole. That tells you that's not the kind of person that you want to be around, right? That's giving, yeah, you don't want to do business with that person. I missed a lot of those signs in my business because I didn't listen to my heart. I didn't listen. I knew before publishing my book, 3 months before publishing my book, I was like, something is not sitting right with me. But I didn't take the time to sit back, breathe, do some of the techniques that I've now learned in order to regulate my nervous system, to be like, wait, there's other options here. Like there's always another option. When we're advocating for ourselves, we're usually going up against bullies who want to make us believe that like we can't do what it is that we want to do. And we're so, as women, right, we've been trained to be like, yes, yes, be the nice, be the polite person, be the appeaser to everything. And so we don't want to like feel bad. We don't want to feel guilty when really like there's nothing to feel guilty about when advocating for yourself. And by regulating your nervous system, you're going to teach yourself how to not feel that guilt and shame when that comes up. Chris, next slide, please. So the top 4 ways I think are most important for advocating for yourself. Setting micro boundaries. I was thinking about this, and like I said, I went through like a mini rebirth this week, right? I knew on Monday, I was like, I can't do this on Friday. And so instead of like normally in the past, I literally would have killed myself to get the perfect outfit, get the music, do everything I could to perform today. And then tomorrow I would have died and probably been in bed for a week because I'm autistic, I have PMDD, I just got my period yesterday, so like I'm feeling great now. But you know, like all the things that I have working against me, and instead, or so they used to work against me, now I let them work for me because we all deal with these issues. Like if it may not be PMDD for you, it may not be autism for you, but we all have our things, and our body tells us when we should or should not do things. And those are the shoulds you should listen to. You know, the whole week, like 2 weeks ago when I was like, I should do this, or I have to show them how gay I am. If I'm not a drag king on this day, they're not gonna know that I'm gay and that I'm not gay enough. And I'm like, okay, well, am I doing that for myself? No, I'm doing that for everybody else. So that's a fuck no. And that the should is I should do what is best for me. So setting micro boundaries for me, especially because we are all entrepreneurs, most of us are entrepreneurs in this room. So we all set a perfect schedule for ourselves that is the exact hours that we want to work every single day, and it's not 9 to 5. And we give so much time to ourselves to relax, right? But this is what's important, right? Like, I don't know if you're a morning person or a night person. I'm trying to figure that out now because I'm like becoming this whole different person. I don't even know who I am, like in what I want for these things, like in regards of like, am I a night person or a day person anymore? It's kind of weird. I've never dealt with this. I've always been a very early morning person. But micro boundaries for me is like having a morning routine, which is like so fucking annoying, I know. Because we're like, are we really gonna do it? And honestly, I never thought that I could get to the point. I hate doing breath work, but it has changed my life more than anything in the world. And now I do breath work every single morning without fail because, to be completely honest, and I feel like this, actually I'm gonna brag, I have like 0 anxiety now. Most of my things are like excitement and stuff, and I get like depression. I didn't know that there was a difference between depression and anxiety until I didn't have anxiety anymore. And I was just like, oh, depression is just like really chill, melancholic, and like I'm sad for sure, but like the anxiety was the hardest part. I can deal with depression. I want to be sad. I want to have my emotions. Our emotions are what help us actually even know more of how to advocate for ourselves, right? So I don't know, what does a morning or nighttime routine look like for you? What's going to give you time to feel best for yourself in the day so that you feel level-headed? Leveraging community strength. I've been having this conversation with people so much lately, and one of the biggest things that I have learned in the past couple of months is I have completely deleted the words "I got that" from my vocabulary. Because the whole reason why we have St. Pete Girl Boss is to have support from each other, right? We're not here so that we can be like, I got it, I'm the best coach in the room, like, I got it, I can do everything better than everybody else. Like, we're not here to compete with each other, we're here to uplift each other. And so if we're not utilizing the relationships that we have in this room, then we're not being any better than we were before we came here. That's the point. And that was hard for me because Sandy last night talked about sister wounds and mother wounds, and sister wounds are fucking real. I didn't even know what a sister wound was until last year. And it's painful to let people in after you've been burned. But I have found that the more I allow people to come in even after I've been burned, the easier it is to find the people who are really going to align with you and who actually want to be there for you. Like, if somebody doesn't want to be there for you when you advocate for yourself, find the person who does. Because there is someone out there who really will be your fucking champion and will be there for you to help you even be like, bitch, you're not advocating for yourself. Like, stand up for yourself. Take up space. Be you. Be as big as you can possibly fucking be. I'll always be that person for you. Accessible business practices. Okay, so this one's funny. I really like this one, especially because I am disabled. And that is the first time I've ever said that. I talk all the time about disabilities. People have disabilities, and I'm autistic, and disability people, like, I'll say it about other people all the time, but I've never allowed myself to be like, I am a disabled person, because it felt weak. It felt like I wouldn't be taken seriously, or that I would have expectations for people to accommodate me, which I should, you know, but one of the things about having accessible business practices in your business, even if you are not disabled, is that you don't even fucking realize the people that you're not reaching by not having accessible business practices. One of the biggest things that comes up for me all the time, especially in the coaching industry, is when people have videos that don't have closed captioning or subtitles. And I'm just like, they basically just come with the video. You have to be trying real hard not to have subtitles on that. But honestly, just even if it's like not even a thing that you care about advocating for disability people, like, you're missing out on a lot of fucking clients. That's what I'm saying. And the world is changing to help and advocate for people that are more marginalized. So get on the bandwagon. Policy advocacy. This is something I want to educate myself more about too, because I don't know how laws work. I don't know how our government works. I don't know how these things work. Yeah, they don't either, which is why, I mean, we have so many fucking people. We have 7,000 people in the St. Pete Girl Boss group. Like, we are a machine. And like, for us to be able to come together and work together, our ability to change the industry in whatever it is we fucking do is so possible with how many people we have here. Like, we don't need to work to be, this is my favorite fucking thing lately, is like, we're not working to be at the table, we're here to fucking flip the table, burn it on fire, and fuck everyone over. Not fuck them over, that's not what I meant. The fire's coming out of me, sorry. But we're building a new table, or not a table, sit on the floor, kumbaya. I don't know, like, I don't like the way that the world is. I don't like the way that we work. I think it's stupid and it doesn't make sense. And we have an ability right now to not move into spaces and just try to be comfortable in places we don't like being in, but to actually change them from the inside out. And so it's important for us to be part of policy and figure out what that means. So if anybody here knows about that stuff, like, that'd be really fucking cool one day to learn about. Yeah. Because here's the thing, like, I know I'm up here speaking, but I'm not gonna bullshit you and be like, do all these things, because I don't even know what I'm doing sometimes. But that doesn't mean that because I don't know what I'm doing doesn't mean that I know that it's important. And this is fucking important, especially with the world that we're living in today. Chris, next slide, please. Some tools to help you advocate for yourself. I am certified in basically all these things, which some of you may not even know. I'm a spin instructor, actually. I was a spin instructor in college. But so it's really hard even being a coach and someone who's certified in all these things. I thought that if I certified myself in everything, I got a master's in biomedical engineering from Cornell University, I'm like, I can do everything, I can save the world, I can do all these things. I can't fucking do that. Because you can't do that kind of stuff on your own, you need fucking community. But the other part too is that if you're a coach that doesn't have a coach, you need a fucking coach. Because it is it's hard to see yourself, you know? And I do breath work every day now, which has changed my life, I will say that. But even like when I'm really angry or like I have to advocate for myself in some way and my heart is racing and I'm angry and I'm crying and I want to just like blow up the entire world, I can't bring myself to do any of these things. I am a person who lays in my bed, and I actually stopped watching TV, except I only watch RuPaul's Drag Race now because that brings joy to my life. But I used to only watch Bravo. And trust me, I love Bravo and I miss it. But at the same time, like, it just brought so much negativity to my life. And I would just sit in bed and just like get exhausted and more depressed and more anxious about things. And the one thing that I can count on that I would ask all of you to do maybe next time you're feeling like this is EFT, because you don't actually need to like be a practitioner to do EFT. And also it doesn't have to be that serious. Like I'm so lazy and I'm so exhausted sometimes. I'm just gonna tap like this. And you don't need to tap any other way, but if you're crying, just tap on your chest. You can tap all the other places. Don't make it that serious. Like, I feel like in the wellness industry, we make everything so fucking complicated. It has to be this way. It has to be that way. It has to be all these things. It doesn't. Just start. Just start doing what makes you feel better. Shaking out your body. Shake out your energy. Meditate if you want to. Some people fucking hate meditating. I don't know. It doesn't matter what you do. Just make sure you take care of yourself and figure out what that is. For me, a lot lately, and even just when I was up there before I came on stage, I'm like, just tap. Like it'll make me feel better. And so we're gonna be doing one of these things. I wanna make sure I'm good on time. Okay, we're gonna be doing one of these things actually towards the end. But Chris, next slide, please. What we're gonna do, like I said, so the information you collect from advocating for yourself sets you up to be better equipped to continue the practice in more constructive and less energy draining ways. Now, it is Pride. And so for Pride Month, our activity that we're going to be doing today is we're going to be learning how to advocate for ourselves in our businesses. But how we're going to be doing this differently is we're going to separate into groups. And if you were here when I had my book launch, we upheld marginalized voices. We're going to do that for the queer community today. And the reason why we are going to do this is because I'm not trying to diminish other people's issues that they have, but the issues that people in the queer community deal with, or marginalized communities deal with, are a lot more difficult and intricate sometimes and harder to navigate. And so if we are able to help those in marginalized communities figure out how to navigate and advocate for themselves, think about how much fucking easier it is going to be for you to advocate for yourself. Because you're going to be like, oh shit, we just figured that out. That means I can figure my shit out, right? So I made a little diagram. Chris, next slide, please. And I'm sorry, I didn't realize that my slides were so small, so like you can't really read, but it's kind of my framework of figuring out how to hold space for people, right? What we're gonna do is somebody in your group, whoever is in the queer community, if they want to, it's gonna be up to them. Don't be like, hey, I know you're gay. Come on. Yeah. But like, if you're dealing with an issue in your business right now that you're having a hard time advocating for, also, I do want to point out, because like one of the things was like, advocating for yourself could mean like I said, saying no to something or not even saying yes to something. Are you like a yes person who says yes to fucking everything? You're like, why do I do that? I say no to everything. That's my plan in life all the time. If I tell everybody no all the time and that maybe it'll happen the day of the event, no one can get mad at me because they never have any expectations of me. That's my trick. But so this is not our moment because I know we got a lot of coaches in the room, which is awesome because that means we have a lot of people that know how to hold space really well. And so we're not going to sit here and give advice. We're not going to sit here and tell our stories. We're going to let the one person have their time to talk about the issue that they're going through. And what we're going to do is ask them questions. And by asking questions, we're going to allow them to come to their own answers for what feels best and most integral for them. And this looks a lot like it's hard at first, right? Because all the questions we want to ask are usually like closed-ended questions like yes or no, because I don't think a lot of times we notice as people how much we guide conversations to be what we think somebody else feels, right? I mean, I'm a fixer, or I'm a recovering fixer, you know? Like now I realize I'm like, wow, I have so much more energy now in my coaching sessions because I don't try to fix people, because at the end of the day, we all have the answers inside of us. We already know what we want. We already know what's gonna make us happy. We already know what we want for our business, but we need somebody else to see us more than we can see ourselves, because our imposter syndrome and everything else working against us in the world is not allowing us to see what we are capable of and what exists for us. So, ask open-ended questions. A tip I have for you is we're going to allow silence the time it needs for self-enlightenment. Sometimes it can be really uncomfortable when somebody doesn't say something, and we're like, answer quicker. But in that time, you allow someone to think about their response. They may be able to come to an enlightenment that they didn't realize they had before. So allow silence the time to develop. Rewiring, saying things like, what does your intuition tell you about this? How would it feel to blank? Or like if you do have a thing that you're like, maybe this would be helpful, ask them how it would feel instead of telling them what they can do, right? Receiving, that's completely understandable. Even if, and this is something that I had to learn, is like, it was really hard, especially as someone with autism, to say, I understand that when I didn't understand that. And I like in my coaching certification, I was like, I feel like an idiot saying that. I don't want to say I understand when I actually don't understand. So instead, to be able to tell someone that's understandable makes it so that it's like, that's understandable for that person. Like, you may not understand what somebody is going through, and that's okay. We don't have to, but just to give the space and to know that that is a safe place for these people, for anyone, is important. Repeating questions. Can you please repeat that? It sounded really important. What I am hearing you say is, or am I understanding you correctly? Stuff like that. So, well, actually, you know what? I'm thinking, I just decided this on a whim because now that's what I do. I realize that's how I work better. I don't work good at planning things. So are there any queer people in this room that do want to take space today, that want to talk? 1, 2, 3, cool. All right, well, if we're only gonna have 3 groups then, are we sure? Let's hold space. 4? Got it? We're gonna sit here until there's 7.
And when she means, what is it, what?
6?
Can you show me what that looks like?
What looks like?
If they want to take up space, like, is it in front of everybody? Like,
Oh no, we're gonna be in groups.
in a small group?
Yep, that's 5? Okay. Yeah, where you feel comfortable. You wanna sit on the floor, you wanna sit upstairs, I don't care where you sit. We're at 5? 6, who wants to be lucky number 6? 6, 7, there we go. Okay, everybody who is one of those numbers, put your hand up and go to an area in the room and then you guys get to choose whose group you want to be a part of. Find your people. Do you guys want more direction?
Yeah, explain it one more time.
Okay, so you look so pretty today. So we're gonna give the floor to the queer person. We're gonna let them start. We're gonna let them explain what their problem is, right? We're gonna let them say what their issue is that they're having, what they're having a problem advocating for themselves in, or whatever it is that they wanna say. Give them the floor. And then, I'm gonna let you guys decide on this, but asking questions. Really, it just starts with asking questions, like not jumping down someone's throat and being like, answer this really quickly, but like, even like, figure out it amongst yourselves. Like, especially, so,
I have a question.
yeah, good. This will help.
You were in my group.
Yep.
What would you lead off with?
Okay.
I'm going to paint it done so I can see it in my
For me, I would be, okay, so let's say this was like months ago and I was dealing with my publisher, right? So I would be like, actually, this is my problem right now. I'll tell all of you guys my problem right now. I am dealing with dissolving my relationship with my publisher for using my sexuality against me. And I don't know how to go about this. But now I need to know what I want, because that's a hard thing. Once you advocate for yourself, then all of a sudden people are like, okay, well, what do you want to say? And you're like, oh, fuck, I didn't think about what I wanted. So then it could even look like that. Guiding questions, being like, well, what do you love? What is most important to you? What do you want to see happen in the future? Open-ended questions to guide the person to get to the place that they want to be.
Got it. But doesn't necessarily have to do, it could just be like whatever is an issue that's come up for them.
Yeah, and because the thing is, at the end of the day, like, I know we're all entrepreneurs, this is all about our business, but we're all humans. And I don't believe in a business side and a personal side. Like, you're your fucking self. And if you can't be yourself in your business, then what kind of life are you really living? Are you happy that way? Like, what can you do to make yourself more comfortable in the space that you're creating for yourself? So, all right. Okay, we're going to move into our next activity. We are going to be going over about 10 to 15 minutes, just in case. I want to let you guys know it is 10:30 now, but Chris has allowed us 10 to 15 minutes so we can finish everything. If you guys want to stay where you're seated, that's completely fine, or you can go back to where you were before. Chris, could you go to the next slide, please? So we're actually going to do a hypnosis right now. And don't look at me like that, Miranda. And so, honestly, you're going to be completely in control of yourself. Like, it's more of just like a meditation. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But I just ask that while we're doing this, everyone be quiet so that everybody else can like have the time to like sink in. So go ahead, take some deep breaths. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable. Get comfortable. Sit back, settle in comfortably, and gently close your eyes. Let yourself take a deep, calming breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. And as you exhale, begin to let go of the day's concerns, letting yourself sink deeper into relaxation. In just a few moments, you're going to feel more serene than you've ever known yourself to be. As I mentioned, certain parts of your body, allow each one to release tension and become tranquil. Feel each part soften and let go of any tightness. To aid in this calming process, envision yourself in a magical forest as dusk settles. It's nearing nighttime, and the sky above is a deep indigo blue. Stars begin to twinkle, and the moon casts a gentle glow on the rich forest trees. In the distance, the gentle sounds of a bubbling brook and the soft chirping of crickets blend together, creating a symphony that lulls you towards peace. As you rest here, motionless, above you, a wonderful white light appears. The most relaxing light you could imagine. It starts to lower towards you, touching the crown of your head. As it does, feel all tension begin to melt away, disappearing until under its gentle glow. This light is the most soothing light you could imagine. And as it slowly descends towards the crown of your head, you feel a wave of calm wash over you, drawing you into deeper and deeper states of peace with every breath. As this light touches your forehead, feel all the little lines of tension smooth away. Your forehead becoming soft and smooth, and this serene light envelops your eyes. As this light moves slowly down your face, your eyelids grow heavier. They may flutter slightly, but that's perfectly fine. Just feel how comfortable and heavy they become. Your eyelids grow increasingly heavy, too comfortable to open. As this calmness flows down across your facial muscles, every tiny muscle in your face begins to unwind. This sensation of ease moves down around your mouth, and all the small muscles there begin to soften. So much so that your jaw gently parts, deepening your state of tranquility. Feel this ease spread to your jaw and behind your ears. All the tiny nerves here releasing their hold as you sink further into comfort. The calm moves to the back of your neck now, flowing down around your shoulders, a place where we often harbor stress. Now, feel them loosen and slightly drop as all tension dissipates. They might even feel like they're dropping slightly as all the stress seeps away. This sense of peace travels down your spine, radiating outwards, soothing every muscle, every nerve, and every fiber in your back. This wave of serenity reaches the small of your back and encircles the lower parts of your body. It flows down the backs of your thighs, into the hollows of your knees, around the curves of your calves, around the heels, to the soles of your feet, and through each and every toe, intensifying your state of deep peace. And now, if needed, adjust your position slightly to enhance your comfort further. We will now extend this peace throughout your entire body, starting with your throat muscles, allowing them to soften. This peaceful feeling flows down the fronts of your shoulders, down your upper arms, past your elbows and into your forearms, reaching your hands, and each finger eases into a state of complete serenity. As you continue to feel more and more serene, this calming sensation travels back up to your throat, then down into your chest, allowing all the muscles and organs there to enter a state of relaxation. This tranquility spreads to your stomach, and every muscle and organ there simply lets go. This comforting sensation extends into your thighs, over your knees, down your shins, across your insteps, and into every part of your foot, each toe surrendering to peace as you become calmer and calmer, sinking deeper and deeper into relaxation. Now, picture yourself standing in this forest, at the base of a beautiful stone stairway that descends into a tranquil valley. This staircase will guide you into a profound state of deep hypnosis. As I count backward from 10 to 0, with each number you will feel more enveloped in peace, sinking deeper into calmness. When you're ready to descend these stairs, Simply nod your head. Very good. 10, taking the first step down. 9, sinking deeper into peace. 8, descending further. 7, each step bringing you deeper calm. 6, feeling profound peace. 5, descending into a deeper state of hypnosis. 4, deeper still. 3, almost completely serene. 2, almost fully at peace, barely moving, feeling profoundly calm. 1, on the verge of total tranquility. At the next number, you will enter this beautiful state of peace and tranquility known as deep, deep hypnosis, more peaceful than you've ever known. 0. As you stand now at the base of this beautiful stone stairway in your serene forest, deeply relaxed and peaceful, you notice the solid, grand presence of an oak tree near you. This tree is majestic, with its strong trunk and widespread roots anchoring it firmly into the earth. See yourself as this oak tree. Feel your feet as roots extending into the soft, nurturing soil. With each breath, these roots grow deeper, spreading further into the earth, stabilizing and strengthening your stance. Imagining these roots are your nervous system, each rootlet absorbing nutrients from the soil. These nutrients are the experiences and challenges you face every day. Just as the roots stabilize the tree, your balanced nervous system stabilizes your emotions and reactions, keeping you calm and centered no matter the storm. Now visualize the trunk of this oak tree, strong and resilient, supporting large branches that reach out into the world. These branches are your actions and your voice as you advocate for yourself, for others, and for your business. Feel the power and confidence flowing through them as you express your needs and your truths clearly and confidently. The leaves of your oak tree absorb sunlight, transforming it into energy. Let this light represent the safety and security you feel when your nervous system is balanced. Each leaf glows with vitality, empowering you to step into your highest self, embracing your role as a leader, a guide, and a protector. Feel the strength and stability of your oak tree. You are rooted, yet reaching skyward, safe, yet dynamic. As you embody these qualities, know that you can return to this feeling whenever you need reassurance or a reminder of your own strength. In a moment, I will count from 1 to 5, and with each number, you will gently return from this deep state of relaxation, bringing back with you the strength and calm of the oak. 1, slowly coming back. 2, feeling the ground beneath you. 3, taking a deep, energizing breath. 4, moving your fingers and toes. 5, eyes open, fully awake, feeling refreshed and empowered. Remember the strong oak tree standing firm and proud. You carry its strength and resilience within you, ready to face any challenge with calmness and courage. Now the next thing that we're going to do, Chris, if you go to the next slide, please. This is really important to me to celebrate some of the faces that you guys know around St. Pete Girl Boss as our queer people out here. Some of them you may not even realize have been queer this whole time. And I apologize, I didn't have enough space and I didn't have enough time because I made this so last minute, so I don't have a lot of faces up there. But I wanted to make sure that I gave representation to people and acknowledge that these people are what helped us feel like a safe space. If you are willing to stand proudly in who you are and being the queer-ass, gay-ass person, lesbian person you are, pansexual, whatever it is that you are, it allows other people to feel safe. And being able to come out was really important to me. And I said this in the beginning. Oh, I'm gonna cry. And so I wanted to be able to give space to people today. And Chris, if you could go to the next slide, please. I'd like everyone to go ahead and close their eyes again. And I want to take this moment to celebrate anyone who has not come out publicly yet, who wants to take up space, who wants to be celebrated. And if that is you, I am inviting you now in this space that is safe, where we are holding for you today, to stand up or raise your hands if that is you. And you can feel that, like, maybe I'm not gay enough, or other people already know I'm gay, but if you want to be celebrated, if you want to be seen for who you are today, please take up space. All right, go ahead, open your eyes, everybody. If there is anybody that wants to stand up, I'm queer, you can come stand with me. Mo, come on. Let's get all the queers up here.
Happy Pride, y'all.
Happy Pride.
We don't know the twirly.